The Game Award goes to... Shut up! Shut up! Cyberpunk 2077!
Hello, my name is Jake, and I am addicted to Cyberpunk.
You have no idea.
Yeah, no, that's a word that you just said and it came out of your mouth.
The world of Cyberpunk is something which has been in flux for quite some time now, but recently we have seen a massive explosion of love for the franchise. From cosplays and bites of dialogue to Sandevistan edits, complemented by Jim Croce's time in a bottle. With Cyberpunk's terrible launch and the few years of misery following, why has this suddenly happened? Today we venture through the resurgence and cinematic excellence of a franchise everyone kind of thought just died. Arguably one of the most notorious and anticipated game releases, it came as a shock to many that Cyberpunk 2077 did not live up to its expectations.
Please! My heart! Please!
Of course, nowadays we've learnt to not put too much trust into things, but with some genuinely stunning teasers and the fact that it was being developed by CD Projekt Red, who of course made one of my favourite franchises, The Witcher, it was clear to see that we were going to get something kind of revolutionary, something we hadn't properly seen before, not only on a technical level but also a storytelling level. We were promised that we would get a lot more story options than we actually kind of ended up getting, and many people had the impression it would be like Baldur's Gate variation of narrative choices. While the story and different path options were awesome, it didn't quite satisfy the level die-hard roleplayers expected to get from the game. Think of it like a river. You can craft any type of raft you wanted, and ultimately, you're still going to go down the same current to the same destination, or at least 6 destinations, or 7, I guess, including Phantom Liberty. And really what people were looking for was this hypothetical river of narrative to spread off in like loads of different branches. Did the lack of expansive narrative choices bother me at all? No, not really. And did the performance issues bother me? No. And this is why. Because I didn't actually play Cyberpunk 2077 until last year upon the release of 2.0. To this day, I am still so happy I made this decision. This game is cinema.
Lizzie, snap the fuck out of it. What about the body?
I don't know. Do whatever. Take it somewhere. Burn it. I'll pay you.
You want me to hide this guy? Okay. There you go, buddy. There you go. That's better. That's not good enough, is it? Okay, don't mind me just coming through. Nothing to see here. What are you looking at? Don't get me wrong, there are still tiny nitpicky issues which kind of irk me about the game, but that goes for like any game. There are a few good reasons as to why this game attracted me and so many other people at this specific time. One of the reasons, alongside a cheeky Steam sale, was of course Edgerunners.
3, 2, 1, showtime.
Cyberpunk Edgerunners utilised the beautiful medium that is animation and gave this world a whole separate voice. And steadily, people were starting to flow back into the game, which was slowly being fixed. Keep in mind, it had been out for almost 2 entire years. Suddenly, people wanted to visit the in-game locations where the events of the anime take place. Man, this makes me so emotional every time I visit, just all those memories. It's genuinely upsetting looking at this, like all that pain, man. All that bloodshed. May this memorial be a reminder that violence is never the answer.
Hey, watch it!
If someone told me that Edgerunners saved Cyberpunk, I would be willing to agree. I liked it so much it became one of the first videos I made on this channel, and my god, this hasn't aged well. When the largest deterrent for playing a game is mostly correlated to performance issues, most people either refund it, shelf it, or never buy it because of the bad press. Like me, I will happily admit to that. Or they continued to play it despite the issues which, unfortunately for many, did overshadow the story and messages the game wanted to tell. Upon joining the game and stepping into Night City for the first time, weirdly enough, it felt familiar to me, even though I'd never played it before. The themes and overall tone of the anime translated into the world seamlessly. And then I thought, wait, it's actually the other way around, because this was all here, buried away until someone, well, Netflix, decided we can show people what they're missing. So what was it that a lot of people had missed out on? Why did the game and anime suddenly get so much appeal? To me, it all boils down to one thing. There is no happy ending in Night City. Honey, I'm home. Oh, there's no one here. Like usual. I'm just gonna make some tea real quick in my very lonely apartment. Oh, that's nice. Panam stopped by and gave me some food. Probably because my diet consists of ramen and absinthe. It's nice to see all my wine glasses are still here for all the visitors I don't have, just collecting dust. Oh god, no. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Mum, Keanu Reeves is in my room again. Alongside the improved performance, new mechanics and alterations, the world and meaning of Cyberpunk has shone through. The idea of a corrupt and deprived future is not a new thing. I mean, a lot of people would argue that the present is corrupt and deprived. But there has always been an appeal. From Fritz Lang's Metropolis to the beloved Blade Runner franchise. The idea is raw, and though it's fiction, it's relatable, seeing an individual get beaten down by higher powers, which could be perceived as visually stunning, and yet is enveloped in consumerism. Materialism and sloth is embellished and kind of used as a gag. It's as though the writers of WALL-E just downed a few bottles of Jack Daniels and watched some German expressionist films before putting pen to paper. The world building and micro-stories involved in the writing of this game always seems to surpass my expectations. It always comes so far out of left field, and yet always provides so much depth to the experience. There are so many missions, events, and tiny bits of information I never see coming. CD Projekt Red never has to make this stuff, but honestly, going to clubs, getting drunk, playing the guitar at an underground gig, it reminds me of the things I liked so much about games like Wild Hunt, for example. It provides you with scenarios that makes your characters vulnerable. It makes the protagonist rough around the edges. The world they live in isn't perfect, and there's no reason for them to be either. The sound design and soundtrack is so damn good, you just feel like you're in a film. Complexity is attractive to those who love substance. I am not surprised a Cyberpunk TV show is in the works. With a world like this, there is so much potential to make a plethora of different stories. And if we're lucky, we might even see more of V. Fingers crossed he's played by Jack Black. Okay, this is kind of random, but I just found a gun on the floor. It's really old looking. It's kind of cool though, like, I kind of wonder who it belongs to.